All right. That should be good. And we should be going live any second now. All right. Should be good now. Hey, everyone. So, sorry if you heard my chair squeak for a second. I'm going to be starting it right away. So, basically, for anybody wondering, I was testing out ideas, prototype ideas, and stuff like that. What I'm about to show, do you know, I just started yesterday, second half of yesterday, so there's not a lot there. So there's not a lot there. Let me actually turn out the music. Okay, let's do this. So I'm starting the idea of like making prototypes and stuff, trying to figure out where like some of my weaknesses are and figure out like where I can improve my code or how I do certain design aspects in preparation for some code. And also, I would also like to do like little like prototypes and just start releasing them because like I've been doing contracts and so forth for a long time, and also working at studios. I kind of want to just like on the side while doing my current contract, I want to actually be able to just do something small. Okay, I know Vampire Survivor sounds like something small. It's not going to be like a full-on like Vampire Survivor thing. It's just I'm basically going to spend like a few days on different prototypes, whatever prototype I feel like I could have the most fun with or actually logically do on the side, I'm going to do. So here we go. So to show off what I did, and again, I've only worked on this for a couple hours, just a heads up, but I basically, as you can see, I have a set of monsters that spawn. I haven't done object pulling yet, so you'll notice that there's a lot of enemy objects and stuff spawning and so forth. But don't worry about like performance and stuff. Like we're getting like really good performance, and once I do object pulling, that will actually increase. So I got a spawn, somewhat of a spawn system. I need to create a spawn wave system. That's actually what I was gonna probably be doing very first, well, first or second on the stream. But that's what the spawn wave controller is. But anyways, so we got a system where we could actually spawn and kill enemies. I've already created the prototype for the ability system. If you notice here, I actually have it where I have like a little circle. And basically that circle is a parameter that does a very small amount of damage over time. So I was testing out like constant perimeter abilities that literally just do damage around the player. And you'll notice I also have like a little like vine thing that spawns near me. I was also testing out like a following spell that literally like just spawns like some kind of ability, whether it's lightning or if it's like an explosion or something. In this case, I'm using a vine just to test it out. But I was testing out ideas with abilities. Before we actually start this, I'm going to go ahead and show like how what I did like a couple days ago, or not a couple days ago, literally like a few hours ago. So basically, I created a small like demo, like a experience system. So this bar right here, that's not the health bar, that's the experience bar. I was just wanting to test out like a like how much like enemies would like affect if there was like hundreds of them like invoking a experience event. So I got a small experience system started. I got a ability system, as I mentioned, so I actually have it where, let's actually go here. One of the first things I did when I started this prototype, and do not only have 4 hours on this prototype. This was literally only 4 hours of prototyping. So yeah, I created an ability system where I could actually create like different abilities, give them different like properties, so like base damage, fire rate, hitbox duration. So I could have it where like, for example, the parameter ability here, the gravity well, it applies its damage, or it activates its damaging field every half second, and the damaging field is active for 0.75 seconds. So the hitbox duration, and then the hitbox disappears, and then the fire rate has like the timer and stuff goes, and you can even see that down here. So you can actually see it like switching between hitbox and also like on cooldown, I guess you say. But yeah, and I also have like hitbox, or sorry, base damage. I haven't done hitbox scaling yet. I actually have to implement that into my custom physics, but it's already there. This way people could grab like items or like upgrade abilities. So I want to make it where in Vampire Survivor you had it where like every round you had random items and stuff. What I'm planning on doing is before you go into each level, you can make you can bring in like a what I'm calling a Zerber, and basically like there's like otherworldly deities that you made like contracts and deals with. So you can actually choose one whenever you enter a level, and they have like actual ability tree that you can actually part of it stays leveled up whenever, or like between rounds, so like permanent level, and then there's one that gives you experience that resets every time you play. So that's kind of like where the roguelike part of it is. But yeah, so that's basically what we got. So do note prototyping is going to be not very good art and stuff like that. It's going to look really off at first. So yeah. But that is besides the point. So let's actually begin. So first thing I want to do, I want to make just like since we're just prototyping, I'm not worried about how good the art is, because like in actual game dev, you want to make sure like the idea actually can work before you waste a lot of money like for like art and stuff like that. So I'm actually going to go ahead and first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to actually open up the player HUD bars. Actually do that. Because I have an experience thing, but I never created the actual like health bar. So let's actually do a health bar. I actually do have a health system and a respawn system. I just made it where the player has a fuck ton of HP while testing. Yeah, so anyways, let's just do this. I don't plan on having a health bar throughout the entire thing. I was actually thinking of, instead of losing health, you lose sanity. And basically once you lose all your sanity, that's when you actually get a game over and stuff like that. So what we're going to do is I'm going to actually grab this. I'm actually going to duplicate this. I'm going to say, let's say 20. And actually, I'm going to, yeah, I'm going to say 20 here. And instead of XP bar, I'm going to say HP bar. And basically add like a little HP bar here. To target. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna actually grab here, go to our player actual like prefab. So we have like a player health. I'm gonna actually set that to our data binding for UI toolkit. That way I don't have to like manually update the data or like the values. So what I'm going to do is I'm basically going to say player health is going to be the source. So XP, instead of saying that, we're going to say spawn module. And it should be same assembly. No, it's not the same assembly actually. Actually, let's just put this over here for a second. Let's go. Open. Nope. Oh. Actually, should probably just grab. Let's see. What did I didn't even check what assembly. I think it's just, yeah, it's just that. SF top down. Whenever you're doing like data binding, you can just like set the actual like data source inside the thing, and that's pretty much it, except for one thing, and that is basically if I go back to my health class here, you'll notice that I have like a current health and so forth. So I can just say current health, and then I'm pretty sure it was named max health. Yeah, max health. I could actually just go here, I could say max health, and now I got like data binding for whenever my health changes and so forth. And that's literally all we got to do for that. So now what I can do is whenever I go back to view, and I'm going to actually, there we go. I'm going to actually go in here and I'm going to go to the player HUD. And what I'm going to do is do this. let's actually say, for now, I'm going to just manually, like I said, this is basically like a quick prototyping. Normally I'd like get a reference from like the actual like custom like spawn system that I have, but currently I'm not using that spawn system for the player, just while doing prototypes and stuff. If I was, once I'm done with prototyping, I'd definitely change it, but for now I want to get it quick and over with. So I'm going to say player health. I can actually grab these, and actually what I'm going to do is I'm going to say, instead of XP bar, I'm going to say, I'm going to actually replace these two, or like the words XP with HP. And I need to set that as 20 to match my thing, to match my binding thing that I did inside of the help bar. Okay, help bar ref. Make sure I didn't miss any of these. Yep, okay. And now all I gotta do is go down here. I'm gonna actually just say HP bar. Okay. Feels weird having the HP or XP bar first. I'm gonna actually oh, ref. There we go. And we're gonna say HP bar, HP bar. I'm gonna say HP bar ID, and then we're gonna say on HP bar resolved. And no joke, we can actually just go in here and do the exact same thing as this. We're gonna say, but instead for XP bar, it's just for HP bar. Bar. You know, I actually thought about this. I don't think I got a. I was actually setting these two. I think as long as I set the data source properly, the very first frame that the data source is actually set to, it should actually take care of that. So I might not even need that. So we're gonna say HP bar equals that. So, and to just double check, I'm gonna actually try real quick. I'm gonna say player health, and if the player health is not found, we do that. All right. So again, I'm just doing like temporary, like very prototypes like stuff. I'm just like throwing up a simple HP bar and XP bar just so I could test out. I need a change style and stuff. All right. Oh yeah. Let me go to the player HUD and actually set my player health real quick. All right. Nope. All right. I was thinking it would. I wasn't actually sure if it would or not. Like if whenever the HP bar is actually like resolved, if it would actually not resolved. Let me rephrase that. Whenever the HP bar actually has. Oh wait. One thing I do need to do. Hold that thought. I need to actually do this. I need to actually say on HP bar. Change, and we can actually say, well, we can actually take all these, player health, and we're gonna say current HP. It's HP. All right, and make sure, let's see, HP bar. Okay, so let's go up here. I want to make sure that offering ID, that should be 120. Let me double check, make sure I did set that to offering ID of 20. Yes, I did. To target, current HP, max HP. Make sure that I set the data source type correctly. And also make sure that I set the, also, I just realized inside player HUD here, I'm pretty sure I actually set the, or there's actually a, oh, okay, no, I wasn't sure if I was doing a backup for like when to set the data source. Okay, so just make sure I didn't miss anything. 120 player health, HP bar ref, HP bar set reference, panel renderer, HP bar ID, and yep. Okay, so that should be, all right, that should be good. Data source. I should double check the namespace or the assembly thing though. Now since I think about it. There we go. Okay. There we go. All right. So we got the HP bar and stuff. What I'm gonna do real quick, I'm going to just do this. Instead of having like two of these, that's just a bad thing. I'm gonna just say HUD bar, and I'll just do this. If anybody's wondering, the Unity progress bar container. Hey Val Plume, how are you doing? Hopefully you're having a wonderful day. Welcome to my first prototype stream. I'm just prototyping out a kind of like a vampire survivor thing. Do note, since it's I'm trying to do like a rapid prototype phase, so the art and stuff is not meant to be like really good. I want to make sure like I can actually do what I'm doing before I actually like start like opening up a sprite and actually like making animations and stuff. I've learned that if you try to make like animations too soon, you can run into issues where like you end up throwing out a feature and you just ended up wasting a lot of time and money on animations that you don't end up using. So we're kind of just doing a quick down dirty prototype. All right, so I know I want all the HUD bars to be like that. So instead of actually doing this where I'm saying that way we can use it for both the HP bar and the player health bar. Even if it's only I mean, okay, so I can give you resources, and I can also help with like information on like how to code. I actually do tutorials to teach people how to code. Just a heads up, some of my tutorials are more intermediate. Like I actually have like examples for like creating ocean generator, like actually like a ocean generator system and stuff, and more advanced stuff. Also how to create like a custom physics thing. But whenever there's someone like new, I'd be happy to like if you have any questions, I'm always help there. Like I'm always happy to like talk to people about it. When you say code, is there anything you're wanting to learn how to code? Like, are you wanting to like learn how to be like a game developer? Or are you wanting to learn how to do web dev or like a desktop application? Depending on what you're wanting to learn, there's actually some stuff that you can learn. Like, for example, I use Unity. Unity uses the C# programming language. Nice thing about that is not only can be used for not only is it commonly used for game development, it's also used for like desktop apps and also like some web apps. So whenever you learn like how to do one, it kind of helps learn other stuff, which is very good in job market, especially these days. Yeah. So I don't know, Valplume, I was gonna say, I don't know if you've if you're just starting your journey, like usually when people are just starting their journey for like game development, they try to like they kind of find like a game engine that they're okay using. There's Unreal, Unity, and Godot, or Godot, depending on how you prefer to pronounce it. I'm most of the time I'm working inside Unity, like that's actually my job. But Unity is a really good, Unity and Godot are really good for like beginners. And a lot of thing is, just know like whenever you're learning one game engine, a lot of the information you'll learn there, like the design principles and stuff, go to other game engines. So if you do like one game engine for like a few months, you'll be able to do some stuff in other game engines. So you're not just like having to focus on one, which is very good. What was I doing? Oh yeah, I was giving this a class. But yeah, Unity is a good one. I'm obviously a little bit biased toward Unity since my name is in like some of the credits for like engine features and stuff. So heads up, like if anybody ever asks, like, okay, what engine do you normally prefer? I'm most likely going to say Unity. And I do know it's a little bit of bias, like it's biased just because like I've literally worked with Unity for so many years, and I'm actually on some of the credits pages. I just realized I forgot a thing there. If anybody's wondering also why I'm naming these certain things, it's just because there's a naming convention for actually naming these. And oh wait, no, forgot. Technically, I could just say HUD bar. It's okay. Yeah. So Unity has more features. Godot is a little bit more lighter weight, but the reason why it's lighter weight is because it doesn't have as many features. If you're wanting to do like not just PC development, but if you're wanting to learn how to do like web dev, like make a game and actually put on like something like itch, or if you're wanting to learn how to do console development, I'm going to be honest, Unity is actually better for that. Unity is better for like its platform reach because it can get into a lot more platforms. But if you want like a lighter weight thing, Godot is a decent place to start. And don't get me wrong, people have made some really good games in Godot. For example, Slay the Spiral 2 was a Godot game. The first game was made in Unity, and the second game was actually made inside of Godot. Okay, there we go. Oh yeah, I need to do a couple more things. I just realized. Player HUD bars. Let's do class. Grab that, and then I also need to grab this. Good to do. Okay, I might have to start splitting those up into two different things, and then we're gonna do XP bar, and actually I'm gonna go ahead and yeah. So now, yeah. Okay, good, that works. All right, so what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna say, I'm actually gonna grab these because these do not need to be the same thing. Let me actually drag this up here since multiple types of bars. And again, like I said, I'll be making art and stuff in the Sprite later. I just want to actually make stuff actually work. Yeah. If you want to actually like get like a studio job too, Unity's probably a little bit easier, honestly, to get a job with. But I mean, Godot is starting to get more jobs and stuff, but like in general, it's Unity's a little bit easier to get jobs with currently. Like currently, that might change. Don't get me wrong, that might change. I'm gonna say dark blue. All right. Also, sorry, I was a little slow on setting this up because I was trying to think of something. Okay, yeah, okay. I was trying to think of how I was wanting to do something, and I think I got it. Let me actually flip these around. Kind of feels weird seeing the XP bar at the bottom. Also, I need to switch these. 1, 10, 20. You know, if anybody hasn't used the offering ID stuff, I'm just setting mine up a very specific way because of organization reasons, I guess I should say. You don't have to do it this way. I'm just trying to put the variables and the UI in a certain order because it makes it a little bit easier in the future to be organized. All right, so now let's see if this all works. If this all works, I should have an XP bar and a HP bar to actually work. Forgot to hit yeah, I forgot to hit save on the UXML. There we go. Okay, I was like, oh, that shouldn't be ding. Yeah, okay, so as I get hurt, the red bar goes down. As I gain XP, the blue bar goes up. And whenever I level up, it changes like the next required level experience. Okay, so... but there's like 70, 39. What do you mean by like, but there's like 70, 39 on each of them? I'm not exactly sure what you mean by 7,039 on each of them. Do you know what I'm doing is not is like it's not like a normal way. Like you said, I don't normally do like beginner stuff, even when I'm doing prototype things. For reference, like you would not be doing that. A lot of people would not be doing what I'm doing. I'm actually multi-threading, so like I'm actually have like that's actually why I have so I can have like dozens of enemies on the screen. So it seems like small, but like as more enemies spawn, I don't get any frame drops because I actually multi-threading. Oh, okay, yeah. So I'm gonna be honest. Whenever you're learning game development, instead of trying to learn everything at once, when you like for the first month, focus on just trying to learn one thing. And also, this is a very true statement. No one ever remembers everything. I do not remember everything. I'm not kidding. I literally have I literally have like certain documentation pages like always brought up because I can't like sorry about like flashbang, it's gone in white mode, but like there's a reason why documentation exists. Like there's no way for any one person to remember everything. So like whenever you're learning, it's always like instead of overwhelming yourself, it's better to just take it one step at a time. Because even seniors, like I've been working as game dev for 10 years. Also, hey Al, how are you doing? And even as someone that's actually, I've worked for like Sony studios, like actually Sony PlayStation stuff like that. And there's literally so many things in game development. It's if you try to remember everything or try to focus on trying to be able to do everything, you'll burn yourself out. That's actually like some people have actually like burned out of the industry and have literally stopped being a game dev because they tried that and it just didn't end well. Okay, so now since I got like a XP and HP bar, I should make it where whenever I die, something happens. Currently, nothing's currently happening. Also, I made it where enemies literally have like low HP. So, I mean, yeah. So I should lower my starting HP. Also, nothing happens whenever you level up. Alright, I guess we should make it where whenever I die, something actually happens. And we should also make it where enemies just don't bloody die so easily. So first thing I want to do, I have like these tests like object spawners and stuff. I did that. So I was gonna say, if you're trying to learn like new stuff, do you know I was only a contractor? So fun fact, guys, do you know there's some things I can't say because of NDAs, but Sony, Microsoft, Nintendo, and a lot of like tech companies will actually give small studios a chance to pitch ideas to them, and if they like your idea, they'll actually give you money. And basically, if you ever heard like some games have like on one console like exclusivity, like it's only going to be on PlayStation for the first 4 months and then it goes to other things. The reason why that happens is because some studios like Sony will give teams with idea funding to be able to make a game. In exchange, they get exclusivity for a couple months. So that's why you actually see like some indie games get exclusivity, because a bigger company will actually give them money in exchange for being on their console for a short amount of time. And yeah, it's like I was actually going to pull it up. I was going to show the because I actually worked on a project that made it to the front page of Sony. Do you know I do I've been doing a lot of contracts lately, so I do like I work with like studios for like either like half a year at a time, creating different features like localization, so multiple language support, or helping build the core game mechanics. And there are a couple of cases where I spent entire studios. So I actually worked on Red Bandit. NDA, I can't say what I worked on because they're coming out. It's coming out next year. And you'll probably notice the country. I'm from America, and the team is like there's a couple people from America and someone from European Union, and the rest are actually from like Saudi Arabia. So like it's interesting, but it's been fun times. But anyways, yeah. So now since I've done with my ramble, so let's make some stuff. I'm gonna be honest, like a lot of this stream I've been kind of just I've been trying to think what I want to do for prototyping since today's my literal first day of like actual prototyping. I've been trying to think what can I do to get enough like bang for my buck on time. I think creating different abilities, like being able to upgrade abilities. Actually, that might be nice. Yeah, let's actually make it where I can upgrade abilities. I've been trying to think like how do I want to make it where you upgrade abilities. I think I want to have it where whenever you level up. So one of the things about Vampire Survivor is whenever you level up, you get like that little like minion stuff that appears whenever, and it shows certain items you can grab. But they're random. Well, I'm thinking whenever you level up in this, in my project, you can actually like upgrade, like there's going to be like a ability tree. And like, for example, like Gravity Well, one ability tree path will make it where like Gravity Well slows enemies. And then some like ability, like one ability tree path for Gravity Well might kind of like, how should I say this? Do more damage, I guess. Simple words. So that's what I've been trying to think of. Like, that's why I've been like just kind of clicking around doing random small stuff for the last 20 minutes. I've been trying to think what I want to do. Yeah, so what I want to do is like have elemental affinity. In fact, if I actually go to, it's funny you mentioned that. I actually already did something like that. Let's go to stat database. So we have our trusty stat database here. I made it where I can literally add anything. So I can add like elemental power. So what I can do here is I can say elemental power. I'm going to say fire. And I can actually like give it like elemental type or something like that. I can even make it where it's like multiple, so fire dark. So maybe like a abyssal fire. Because like this game's gonna kind of like go from an idea of like Cthulhian, so like otherworldly deities and stuff like that. So like basically the idea is you make like a contract with a deity, and they actually like depending on what deity you make a contract with, that's what abilities you have. So like I just realized I spelled that folder wrong. Gravity Well. Anyways, like so the first character that I'm making that you can make a contract with is otherworldly goddess named Nedra. And she kind of controls like her like each otherworldly god is has a different perspective. I can actually pull this up. Do not. I literally just wrote a small amount of game design ideas. This is still super early, but basically like the idea is like Nedra is meant for basically she's kind of like a aggressive utility contractor, so she gives you more abilities that allow you to have extra utilities to go on the offense. And then there's like Ventus, which I was going to say is like the otherworldly deity of Forgotten Plague. So like if you choose him, you can do like damage over time. You can corrupt corpses and turn them, so kind of necromancy, stuff like that. So that's kind of like where I've been thinking of going with that. But while I'm thinking of like how I'm going to implement a couple things, I'm going to go ahead and implement a spawn wave controller. Honestly, I need to do that. So I do have like a spawn system, but it's nowhere near as flexible as I need it to be. So what I can do is I'm going to actually close out of some of these scripts, because I don't need all these anymore. I'm going to actually keep this one for now. And yeah, we're going to actually do this. So I want to make it where I can easily set how many enemies spawn each wave, how long each wave is, and also have it where you basically like how should I say this, like how much per wave and stuff like that. Basically any like object data, like stuff like that. So I'm going to actually implement it. I have like a small like object spawner thing here, but I need an actual like full on one. So let's go ahead and do that. So I am going to say that we basically, the idea is I'm going to have what is called a spawn wave controller. It basically, in each level, it'll be what controls like the spawn waves per level. And it basically has like a list of spawn wave data. That spawn wave data is going to have like the spawn delay, so like how long how much time has to pass in the game before this wave is spawned. How many to spawn? Actually, I need to actually change that because I had a mount to spawn here, but what I want to actually do is I want to actually put the that actually in here. So let's actually do that. Yeah. Yeah, there we go. And this way, like, so basically each spawn wave data, I could have like skeleton, like for example, so spawn character ID, if it points to 0, that's a bat. So I could have like the bat be spawn 20 per wave or for the current wave, and then like choose its initial like spawn position and stuff like that. But yeah, let's actually go and actually set that up. So what I'm thinking about doing is having it where we have like a, so yeah, we'll just do this for now. I'm going to say spawn offset range for each one of these. I'm going to just kind of mimic my current implementation for now because I currently have multiple spawner objects, but that's not a good idea. So let's actually go here. And what we're going to do is I'm going to actually have it where instead of a spawn delay, maybe I should... Maybe I should have like a timer. I could have just like a timer. Actually, yeah, let's actually do a timer. For now, spawn timer. And what I'll do is I'll say spawn timer equals new spawn timer. Oh, sorry, new timer. And I'll just say spawn delay. And what I can say is I can say on spawn wave. So basically, whenever the timer completes, I made this is custom timer. So also, oh, I forgot to mention, I do plan on having like enemies have pros and cons. I actually brought up like the elemental thing because I plan to have it where fire can do more against ice enemies, stuff like that. I also want to test out like environmental effects. This cannot be used before all the fields are assigned. Oh, okay, yeah, because on spawn wave, well, to do that for now. Reason why I can't do that there is because that's actually the constructor. So I can actually go here and I can actually say public void. I can just say initialize spawn wave. And then I could just say, for now, I'm actually going to just do this. There's a reason why I'm just making a method here. I plan to have this as async. And for now, I'm going to just do what is called a discard. The reason why I'm doing async is that way I don't block the main thread. And oh yeah, async. And all right, actually you don't need to worry about discard because I'm only going to be using a bool here. Actually, yeah. All right. So basically, whenever we say on spawn wave, we're gonna have it actually start spawning everything. So we have our like actual like object spawner where we have like, okay, this is how much, or like this is what we're doing. Oh yeah, instead of like float or vector, I should want float 2. And I also want float 2 for that as well. That way I can actually burst compile and like eventually move this to multi-threading. All right, so what I need to do is I need to make it where whenever a spawn wave is actually like initialized, I actually can create like a set of like transform handles. So if anybody hasn't seen like a native array, it's basically I'm telling Unity to grab memory straight out of the like pretty much like straight all the like RAM and stuff, and like actually like choosing a position in memory to actually use it. People have not used the spawn transform or like the native arrays before in transform handles. It's a fun thing that very fun thing if you're not used to it. I'm going to say equals new. I'm going to say allocator dot persistent. I just got to remember to not forget to dispose of this, because when working with like native arrays and stuff, it gives you better performance, but most devs don't use it because they're not used to it. If you use it wrong, you can create a memory leak. So yeah. Also, I should make it, that's actually one of the reasons why I'm going to be setting this up as async, is so I can actually do something like this. Actually, let's do this. I am going to do async. Yeah, let's actually do this. Also, actually, let's do a waitable bool. Yeah, let's actually do a waitable bool. That way I can actually just say, yeah, let's actually do this. We're actually going to take actual like a waitable bool and just pass it back. Async waitable. Also, yeah, I should actually have this in front. Because basically we want to have it actually. Actually, instead of doing that here, we're gonna do a couple things real quick. Before we do anything, let's actually take care of like how we got to do this. So whenever you're using native arrays, you got to figure out like what is the exact amount of like memory stuff you need. So inside our spawn wave set, we have the amounts of spawn. So what I can actually do, I can just say like let's actually do this. Let's actually do this. So basically, we can actually say we can actually say well, there's a couple things. I'm gonna actually grab this real quick. I'm gonna actually copy over some of this code because I'm trying to move like the object spawner is the old way of doing it. I want to make it where I have like the better way, and it's gonna just take a couple seconds because I gotta think of how I want to do this, because one, we're gonna be burst compiling it in the end. Like I want to actually make it burst compatible and also multi-thread it. So if anybody like comes to the stream and like sees me like struggling, I kind of am I'm trying to get into the mindset of like see if I could do burst compile, see if I can multi-thread things and stuff like that. So oh wait, yeah, actually no, sorry, I shouldn't put that there. I should actually put that here. You know what, we're gonna say 0 for now. Actually, I'm gonna just give it like a, yeah, I'm gonna actually give it like a allocator temp of none for now. That just means like it hasn't been actually allocated. There we go. That actually, yeah, this should work. So what I can do is I can actually say spawn transforms, and I'm gonna just say that, and let's figure out. Okay, I can do this. I can just say spawn waves dot sets dot count, because we need to have it first where we first want to make sure like we got the actual like amount like the native array size. Yeah, so we'll say array size, because you got to be careful with the array size things unless you want to cause memory leaks and just a whole good of stuff. So spawn, let's say spawn wave counts. Yeah, we're gonna say spawn wave counts. I'm actually gonna say plus equals, and I'm gonna say I'm gonna actually say amount to spawn. So we get how many we need to spawn for this wave. We figure out how many we need to spawn for this wave. We take that, and then I actually can go down here, and I'm actually gonna grab this again now. I'm gonna actually allocate it now, and I'm going to say array size, and then we're going to actually say persistent here. So now we have our actual like native array, and what we can do from here now, we can actually do like this right here. I'm going to actually recopy it over. Yeah, okay, now we can do this. So what we're going to do is oh yeah, we could. Oh, okay. Wait, I didn't think about that one. Right. Oh no, that shouldn't be a problem. All right, because what I can do is, yeah, I can actually say, oh yeah, I can actually say this. Okay, so this is gonna be a fun one. This is where like I was meaning like, okay, I gotta think about this a little bit. Spawn waves count. So basically, for each spawn wave, and the reason why we had to do like 2 for loops here is first we actually got to calculate the array size, set the actual like native array, and then here what I can say is there's actually going to be a really awkward thing I can actually say for spawn wave sets dot I. So basically we go for the first spawn wave and we say dot amount to spawn. And then I could say, yeah, I can actually say here, I can say transform handle. And if anybody hasn't seen transform handle, if you're used to like Unity, you've probably seen the transform component. Transform handle is a burst compatible struct, so it can give you better performance. That's why I'm using it instead of actual like instead of the other one. Actually, that needs to be object instead of game object instantiate. And what we could do here is we can actually say dot oh, you know what, I should go here and I should say public game object spawn or yeah, let's say spawned, or let's say character prefab. Reason why we're doing it this way is I actually am going to be making a database editor. That way I can quickly like update like the character stats and stuff. So if I actually go in here, you can see I have like a loot table, regional table. I actually got the stats and stuff. So instead of like actually just dragging and dropping the prefab in there, I'm going to actually grab the character ID from the database. And we'll retrieve the like actual thing, like what needs to be spawned from there. And inside the database, you'll notice that there is a prefab bloody zombie. So, but this allows us to create a stat system and also burst compatible like multi-threaded system. So it may seem a little bit like over engineered. Sadly, it is, but it's kind of like a balance between customization and performance and annoying work. So I can say character prefab. And nice thing about whenever you spawn the prefab, you can also grab the handle instantly. So this will actually spawn the character and also return the handle. Then I can say spawn handles I. Actually, instead of saying oh yeah, this is gonna be also a fun one. I need to do another one where it says int array index equals 0. I'm going to say array index because we can't actually use I here. So array index, and if the handle is valid, we can actually start doing this next part. So what I can actually do after that is say plus plus, and this should actually grab like properly set the full RAM like native array in memory. And again, a little bit more complicated than other stuff, but this is for, since vampires, like if I'm wanting to do like a proper Vampire Survivor game that doesn't lag people's computers, I gotta do some weird stuff for performance. So like everything I'm doing is to just prevent players from suffering lag. Also, I can copy this over now. I'm gonna just say, let's just actually grab that and serialize it. And basically what I could say is graph here. I'm going to just do actually I could just say yeah, you know what, spawn offset. For now I'm actually going to just use both of these for now. Actually, yeah, we'll just do something like this. And now I got to do 0 since we're doing a actual like 2D game, so I don't need a 0 index. Actually, since next flip 3 should automatically take care of that. Oh, wait a second. Actually, instead of saying let's actually say flip 3, so I can simplify this. That way, I can actually just do this. Yeah, there we go. And there should be that. Oh yeah, and I need to actually set this. Whoop. Do you know this is not like the normal like random? This is actually the mathematics random, which is also used for performance. You're gonna hear me say performance a lot more, so bear with me for like 2 more seconds, guys. We should almost be done. I just want to make sure. Okay, yeah, so spawn waves offset. I array index. Make sure. Okay, so that should give us the entire like list of like spawn handles, and that should make it where everything. Okay, yeah, that should be good. We should be good. And then what we need to do is we need to add set the actual like transform handle access. So at the very end. Oh, actually, wait. I just realized some of this I actually need to do inside on spawn wave. Yeah, I actually need this part inside here and this part in here. The reason why is because we just need to initialize the actual like array size here, and then like during the actual like spawning of the wave, that's when we need to actually do it. So that might actually need to be public. And I don't think this actually needs to be async, so like just reference this. I really need to set up the JetBrains writer thing so it automatically like pulls certain namespaces to a sub namespace instead of like just placing it on top. But oh well. And then spawn transforms. Okay, that should be it. Oh, well, actually, where's the timer? Because I do have like a little timer set up for, yeah, spawn timer. Then I can say spawn timer. I could just say spawn timer dot start async, blah, blah. And then I could say, actually, I might not need to do anything else here. Yeah, okay, actually, yeah, we can just say void. Actually, did I ever set that as, nope, okay. Never mind, I was originally gonna make it async, but I did not. Okay, so, yeah, I don't actually think I need to do that. Actually, spawn wave data, blah, blah. Oh, okay. Actually, yeah, we need one more thing. It's kind of a weird thing too. So since we need to make it where like the spawn wave controller knows, hey, wave finished. Actually, do I even need this? May not even need this, honestly. Actually, you know what? On actually, this actually needs to go. You know what? Yeah, I just realized this actually needs to go in here. On timer completed, yeah, because on timer completed actually needs to do. So yeah, there we go. I just realized that. So basically, like I'll actually start a timer, and then once the timer finishes, it knows, hey, okay, it's time to spawn the wave. All right, so once this is done, and we should no longer need this or we should no longer need this one at least, because we're going to be copying it. So I should now be safe to, as I mentioned before, like with the spawn transforms, I got to make sure to clean it up in memory, or I'll cause a memory leak. So from here, it should be safe to actually clean up. Hey CS2Nymph, how are you doing? It should be safe to actually like clean it up out of RAM from here. We're gonna find out. This could end up really interestingly. So I'm actually going to, no, actually, yeah, you know what? I just realized. For safety, only for safety reasons, I'm actually going to say, I'm actually only going to say dispose here. The reason why I'm putting this in a public method, what happens if, you know, the timer gets interrupted? So like maybe like a code or something like prevents the timer from ever finishing, then I would never end up like cleaning up the code in memory. So yeah, so what I can do is instead I can say dot is created. And if it is created, then dispose of it. Yeah, okay, now we should have a spawn, like an enemy wave spawn, like improved enemy wave. Technically, we already had an enemy wave spawn system, but it wasn't able to do everything that we wanted. We're gonna find this out. We're gonna see if this works. So what I'm gonna do is I am going to spawn or yeah, let's say private void. I'm going to actually say start, and what I'm going to say is for spawn waves dot count. I'm going to actually say spawn waves dot initialize. Oh, whoops! I was like, huh? There we go. I'm going to say initialize spawn wave, and that should be it. We're going to find out. I'm going to actually we're going to find out. And hopefully, if everything just works as intended, which I'm gonna be honest, since this is such like a roundabout like system, but the reason why I'm doing it this way is because if I can get like it working, it'll be multi-threaded. Like I'll actually have like a multi-threaded system for the characters' movements. So I'm gonna temporarily I'm going to actually, normally I would not manually be send these, they would actually be grabbed from the database, but just for testing purposes, I'm going to grab, I'm going to just like grab some of the enemies. I'm going to say 20, 20, yeah, and I'm going to say, yeah, we're going to just do this. I just want to test something out. I'm gonna say 25, 25, like so they'll be given like a random like off like spawn offset, and make sure I entered or make sure I actually entered this yeah, debug mode. That way we can actually test this out. Okay, so just show this off, I'm gonna show this real quick. So currently I have it where we have a set of enemies that actually spawn. And basically how this, like, if I actually click play here, okay, so you get enemies spawning, you get waves of enemies, I can move around and so forth. But we have multiple, like, I have to create a spawner for each different enemy, and it's kind of limited on, like, how I can actually set up spawn waves. So that's what we're kind of fixed. So as you see here, I can create spawn waves, I can make enemies spawn and so forth like that. But that's not really gonna, like, early on it's good for like, okay, just testing stuff, but that's not gonna work for everything we need. So let's see if this works. Spawn timer, we're gonna say let's say just 5 seconds. Wait a second. Okay, so that's interesting. That's not what I was expecting. Prep void start. Yeah. For gun waves, yes, initialize wave. Okay, let's actually go here and let's. Oh, you know what? Let's actually let's do this in awake. I just realized. Let's actually do this in awake. I didn't think about that. The reason why I'm doing it in awake instead is because of during like the start of like the transform handle manager, it actually does a couple things, so I need to do this in awake. Okay, we're gonna see. Okay, so no errors, but the timer didn't start. Huh. So close. Oh wait, object reference. All right, yeah, let's actually check this out. I forgot I had to re-enter. Make sure everything just works. Okay, so we're actually gonna go in here. We're gonna see, make sure nothing's afoot. All right, so let's go in. Oh, I get through this. All right, so array size is 0. If we go, all right, so all right, yeah, it's got all of those. Check. All right, spawn waves, amount spawn. Okay, cool. So that actually did check out. All right, so spawn wave, yep, that should be 40. That's correct, I think. So array size and then spawn timer. Check. So 5 seconds, and then this should have started. Okay, so I'm gonna actually go and we're gonna test this out. Oh, okay, I get it. I see. Yeah, like this is actually what I was expecting. To actually run into fun little things here. Yeah. All right. So let me actually go here, and I'm actually going to do this. So what I'm gonna do is, yeah, basically, I need to actually say, need to actually go here and make sure that transform access array 1 is not only is it created, because since the timer is creating, or since the timer is actually like creating certain things, like after a delay, it might actually, you know what? I wonder if like instead of like spawning, like have the first wave always spawn instantly. That might actually be the best idea. Yeah, that might actually be a good idea. So spawn transforms, yeah. Then transform, yeah. Okay, so do. All right, so yeah. Well, actually, no. This is simple. So basically, we just gotta say, make sure has this been created, and 2, make sure like the transform access handle array, make sure its length is greater than 1. Oh, I don't know why I put that there. This way, like if there's a couple of frames before the first wave is spawned, we won't run into any issues, because basically the update method right there is running before the first wave is spawned and running into like a little null error. Specifically when trying to, yeah, okay, yeah, there's go here. All right, and now, why start? Oh, there it goes. Yay! Okay, make sure. Okay, yeah, now it's actually spawning. So let's actually see if that's actually... Well, I got too excited, I guess. For a second, I was like, oh, it's working. And okay, so let's actually, I'm going to actually go through. This is part of being a game developer, just testing stuff out and so forth. All right, so make sure, okay, spawn waves, yeah, so that's correct. Okay, at least it's trying to spawn stuff now. All right, spawn waves, amount to spawn, yeah, all right, that's correct as well. Check. All right, that's correct. That is also correct. Oh, wait. I think I see where the difficulty may be. Okay. I'm going to actually let this go again, and I will see if this is what I'm thinking it is. All right, so I'm going to just actually hit play. Okay, yeah, it is. It is never reaching it. So, valid, blah, blah, do. So I'm assuming there's something going off a little right here. So give it a couple of seconds, and then it should like yeah, we're gonna just click play, and I want to go here. Spawn set. Check. Okay. Well, actually, wait. That actually should be Huh. Why is that exiting out right there? Okay. Feels like I think it's actually like feels like it's actually exiting. Okay, so I don't have to like wait 5 seconds each time. I'm shortening the duration timer. All right, yep, there we go. Yeah, okay, so it's something is happening right there where this handle part is. Why is it never reaching this point? Okay, we will try this. Also, why am I not getting like I was actually expecting like some kind of an error. So let's do this. Oh, okay. It's gonna be one of those weird memory management things. Okay. Okay, so oh yeah, so basically array index and then oh what is that weirdness? Why is I being okay? Hold that thought. I see what the issue. This is weird, but I think I get it. What's happening? Okay, so while I is less than that, I'm gonna put like a little stopper here, or sorry, I'm gonna actually go JJ J I JJ. I think this is a I think that value is actually whenever you go for a J loop, it's actually that has to be it. Why is it going back though? Okay, we're gonna try this because it feels like it's actually backing out of the method and not even like going. Yeah, it's not even going into like the next part, or it's not even going under to the outside of for loop. So I think what is happening is there's a nice little. Nope. Wow. cool, Unity. Let's check something real quick. That's actually weird. Because the for loop is actually never continuing past the first one. Well, let's make sure. Okay, amount to spawn check. Amount to spawn, yeah, character ID, blah blah, spawn position, duration, check. Okay. We're gonna just say yeah, okay. Oh, oh no, I'm an idiot. Well, actually, no, that shouldn't be cosmetic because that shouldn't be disposing of it. Ooh, this is weird. So Unity is doing something weird here, where it's actually exiting out the for loop, but I don't see any like there's no like any warnings or errors. Do not ignore it like the leak detector thing. Okay, yeah. All right, well, let's try this then. Let's actually go inside here and let's see if there's like a okay, keep going, keep going. What the heck? I'm gonna actually exit debug mode. JetBrains Writer sometimes messes with like okay, yeah, so I just realized it's actually like I actually gain experience for a couple of seconds. So if you notice like it is actually spawning something. Okay, so if you look right here, like I gotta like freeze frame it. So if you look at hierarchy, like at the bottom here, you'll notice that there's no bat. So and then it's spawning a bat. Yeah, okay, so there is something like it is spawning stuff. Oh yeah, look at that. Yeah, okay, so it's like it's spawning one bat though. Why one bat? That's super weird. Okay, so spawn character ID. Oh yeah, so it is actually trying to spawn like okay, you know what? I think I see where the fun times are, and if that's what I'm thinking it is, that's stupid, but okay, I can get around it. All right, so yeah, so if I double check this, it's gonna be a weird one. Yeah, so spawn wave sets I. Yeah, if J is less than, yeah, so that should be like 20. Let's go here. Okay. So spawn wave count 2, yeah. So we should have like more than all right, and this is 20. So yeah, if J is less than 20. Yeah, okay, so that's working. And I should be 0, and that should be the appearing bat, check. And then we set the array, okay, yeah. All right, so array index plus plus. Huh. Okay. Let's see the fun times here. I want to make sure that I am actually yeah, handle position, yeah, is valid, blah blah. That is correct. That is 100% correct. And then outside of the for loop, okay, this is going to be a weird, stupid experiment, but I want to see, what if I just have them spawn during the first frame? So I want to see, it might be due to this asynchronous timer. So I'm going to actually go out and I'm going to actually go and check this real quick. Also, I want to know why the like the timer isn't actually like starting. Because like that timer actually is not starting. All right, so we're going to check this out. We're going to see. Yeah, we're gonna see how this is going. Nani? All right. Oh, it didn't reload the domain. Oh yeah. Okay. I was gonna be like, okay, that should 100% work. I was so confused by that. Okay, we might say, okay, I don't want to like get stuck on one thing, because like I said, this is like a weird scenario. Oh, okay. Yeah. Gotta actually tell the random. Okay, yeah. So all right. All right, that might be a weird set of events. So, oh, hey, okay, random object has not been properly initialized. What do you mean it has not properly been initialized? I actually initialized it right above. Oh, okay, I know what's happening. That's stupid. Okay, I know what's happening. That's funny. That is so stupidly funny. Wow. Okay. 100% that has to be. I want to see something in like a yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, okay, you can't actually call like a random you actually cannot actually do wow. So you can't call this create from index whenever it's actually from like a constructor. That's what was breaking it. Since it was like asynchronous and the stuff was going back onto different threads, it didn't properly like spit out an error message. Good to know. I'm glad I took that time to actually take that out. Okay, so yep, there it goes. Okay, it's working now. No breaky. Yep. Okay, that's what it was. Wow, that's just funny. That's so funny. All right. Okay. Yeah. So yep, and it works. So yeah. Basically, for anybody wondering, like, what the heck was happening? So random. I'm not using like there's like Unity has like the normal like Unity.random or like Unity engine.random stuff, right? This is not that. This is Unity mathematics random. The Unity mathematics random has a little different stuff. Since I'm actually using a struct here, when initializing a struct for the constructor, the random can actually not have its like a create from index value called, and that's actually what was causing the errors. So I have to actually do it after the constructor, and then from here I can actually take this stuff back. I can actually go down here, and I should be able to actually this hopefully should work now. And then I can open up the threads and actually see, hey, does this work? The weird thing is like Unity actually spit out no warning, no errors, no anything. Which I mean, it sometimes can happen when like errors happen off thread. And like I said, ignore that detect snake. Okay, it is working. Oh, yay! Okay. So I know it looks like the same thing that we had before, but the difference is I can actually set like multiple waves. So I can literally have like, okay, this is wave 1. I can have like let's say I'm gonna just put bloody zombie, and we're gonna just say 5. I'm gonna actually lower the amount of these. I don't have to worry about the character and ID yet because I haven't like actually implemented it. But then the reason why like I was really wanting something like this now, okay, so first wave can happen like 1 second after player spawns. Now I can have it where, okay, so after 30 seconds, next wave spawns, and I can actually just change like what spawns per wave, and which is a little bit better than previously. So now if I actually like click play, hopefully it works. Let's just say that. Now if I actually like hit play here, so after 1 second, the first wave is actually spawned. I should actually made that early, so people don't have to like suffer for waiting for like 30 seconds. After 1 second, the first wave spawns, right? All right, so we got the first wave. And then after 10 seconds, if nothing goes wrong, hopefully the second wave should spawn. Here we go. So with this, I can actually create a actual wave manager system for enemy spawning, and which is a lot better than what I was doing before. So I am actually going to go ahead and just get rid of the old spawners objects, and now I can actually start making different like gameplay stuff. Sorry that took so long like that. Like I said, normally Unity freaking gives a warning on that, but I don't know why I didn't give a warning. Also, before I forget, burst compile. I forgot that I need to tell it to burst compile. I can't burst compile this one. Reason why I can't burst compile this one, I'm actually adding accessing this. If you want to access a static value, it has to be static read only. Thing is, native lists and stuff, like I can't do this. I can't say. Actually, I might be able to for a native list. Like if I say persistent. Actually, you know what? I want to try this. Just say 0 for now, like the initial capacity. I might actually be able to just wait, what? Oh, okay. I see what it was meaning. Anyway, sorry. I was like, wait a second. I make undo, make method, dispose, read on. Wait, is there actually like just a actual like this is more of a C#, like a general C# non-Unity thing? But I'm assuming. Oh yeah, no, yeah, you can't actually do that because Unity actually overrides that. All right, but yeah, so I can't burst compile that. I think that's pretty much it for now. We really can't do anything else for performance at the current moment until I create like an object spawner. But for now, that's good enough. I'm sorry, like spending that long on the wave spawner, I was not ready for that. Huh. Oh, it literally, when that happened, it literally changed the package catch of the native list. That's not good. We're about to see some fun times inside Unity. Good job, JetBrains. Good job. I need to tell JetBrains that is a no-touchy folder. Honestly, that could actually crash Unity. Okay, just making sure. Oh. Yep. All right, cool. So, what next? Okay, so we got our object spawner. I mean, I guess maybe, it's I'm trying to think what else I could, like, prototype, easily and quickly. So, I guess different abilities, like, I guess, figuring out different abilities, or also, like, trying to figure out, what I want to do. oh yeah, let's I want to try the idea out of like a slow system where like the gravity well can actually slow, because I mentioned that before. So let's actually do that. Let's make it where we can actually slow things down. So I'm gonna actually go to ability property base. I'm gonna start adding a couple different things. So let's actually make it where have like maybe like a status effect class. Let's do status effect property. Let's say ability property. So ability property base is what I use to actually add new properties to abilities. This way they can actually be like updated for like ability tree level ups and also items or other things. So I'm thinking I can have like something like a public like status effect, and basically character status. There we go. Status. Oh no, need that public. Like choose a status to apply. And maybe like maybe a chance, like maybe not make it like a 100% chance. One second, I gotta open my door. It's getting super. Oh, error. All right, so like maybe like a percent chance to apply. I don't know. We'll have to play this. We'll have to play around with like status effects. So I'm thinking like make it where like you can have certain things apply status effects. What status effects do I have? Oh, not character stat. Wrong one. I was like, wait a second, that's not the right one. Bleeding, confused. Let's add a load equals 16. Yeah. We'll do that. Also, I'm actually going to need burning soon, so I might as well just add that while I'm here. So we'll go ahead and do that, and I'm going to say load chance to apply. And I'm going to go ahead and just say like a 10%, like okay, ironically, I could actually just, no, I'll keep it for float for a second. Yeah, so also the reason why I have like this ability property base system, the second I go into, oh, hi Daisy, my puppy. The second I actually go into Unity now, you'll notice that on my list of ability properties, if I actually click this, right, that's weird thing, Unity. I need to report that. That's weird. I actually had to, this is, I think it only started in Unity 6.6 beta, but I had to like refresh the actual like inspector before it actually appears. I didn't have to do that in 6.5, so it's a bug. But now I can actually say status effect property. I can say chance to apply. I can say, I don't know, let's do slowed. And what I could do now, oh yeah, I need to, let me actually go into the actual preferences real quick, because I need to double check that thing before I forget. Enable the static trace, yeah, there you go. I'm pretty sure I already know where I need to also dispose, but actually before I forget about that, because that would really be awkward if I completely forgot about that. Private void, let's say on destroy, and let's say before I forget, and just have like crap ton of like random ass memory leaks. There we go. We do that. Anyways, as I was saying, basically have it where like I need to make it where like whenever you choose like a different status effect, there's like a extra UI will appear, and you can say like different values, because like for example, like you might need like different values. Slow would be like you'd only need like slow percent, where like if it was like a bleed or burn effect, it would be like how much damage. So I need to make it where like there's adaptable like properties for here as well, which is actually not that hard. For instance, what I can actually do, just show this off, I can actually say public class. I could say status effect base data, or let's say data. Or yeah, let's actually just do this. I can actually go here and I can just say that. And no joke, I'm going to make it a blank class. And then what I can go and do next is I can say load status effect. And then here I can actually say like, let's actually say Also, wait, so to show this off, like show off what I mean by this, I'm gonna say status effect data, and I'm gonna say public. I'm gonna say status effect data. I'm not even gonna say base. I'm just gonna say status effect data. And what I can do here is I can say like a public. I can say float movement speed percent or movement percent reduction. I could say like, okay, 20%. What's 20%? Oh, my brain is so okay. Ignore that. I don't know why I kept trying to type in the percent sign. I was like, wait a second, what was that? But anyways, so now I can also have like I can also, oh, you know what? Let's actually add one more float. I'm going to say duration equals, let's just say 3 seconds. So what I can have here now is I could say like burning status effect, and instead of like a movement percent, I could say damage. I could just say damage per second. And I could actually say public float duration. And just to show this off, so I'm gonna actually just say status effect property. Just do constructor, just to demonstrate, like just to demonstrate just real quick. I'm gonna just say equals slowed. Yeah, just to show this off. Work. Oh, you know what? Wait a second. Forgot. Actually, no. Actually, yeah. You know what? We are gonna. I mean, I'm gonna do this. I will actually do it that way. Because I can actually do a couple things. So hold that thought. I am gonna do this. It's like getting really hot. Anyways, and now I can actually check that. You know, those leaks might actually be from. Actually, those should be fixed now. Nope. Oh. Array resize. Oh, transform handle manager. Yeah, no, I forgot about that. I was just testing that out earlier, or just wanting to think about something, but I realized, nope, that's a bad idea. And that's actually why it's a bad idea. Alright, so ignore those call stacks for a second. We're gonna go back to focusing on this. Okay, so now I have built-in properties. So I am going to actually remove this first one again, and I'm gonna re-add it. That's such an annoying thing. I'm gonna have to see if like that bug's been actually reported. Okay, yep, there you go. So yeah, so as you saw, like when I first clicked into it, like it actually didn't update the status effect data. But yeah, so I can actually have it where like I could say like the goal is like whenever I change the value of status to apply, if I change it to like slow, it'll slow like the values for like slow data. If I change it to like burning, it'll slow like it'll show the data for like a burn. But what this allows me to do is now I can create abilities, and instead of having to hard code the ability effects, I can literally just be like, okay, this ability burns, this ability slows, has a chance to apply, stuff like that. So I no longer have to like hard code different things. And if I want to make an ability like let's say it's actually like just add another one. Actually, what did I put this under for the menu? Pretty sure I just put it under like abilities, right? Yeah, ability data. I could say like flame pillar, right? So we can actually just say like flame pillar here. And instead of having to like hard code or change values, I want to make it where, okay, this flame pillar has a chance to burn. There we go, stuff like that. Maybe have it like it's like a 80% chance, something like that. But it basically will allow me to customize and like tweak things. I could also make it where like the flame pillar spreads, so like spread properties. Granted, that's more for like bullets and stuff, but as you see, like it basically lets me customize like different abilities without having to like code them in, and I can actually set up different like interactions, and I can quickly create dozens of different abilities very easily. I'm getting really hot. Shoot, Trixie. Okay, guys, I actually gotta like end it here. I'm getting super hot. I might come back later. I probably will come back later, but like since I'm done with my like work meetings and stuff today, I can do more, but I gotta take a break because it is so hot. It's been actually really hard to concentrate because of how hot it is. It's over 100 right now. My like in my city, like it's over 100. So I'll be back later, but I need to cool off and eat food. Sorry this short stream, but hey, like I said, this stream is kind of like was for like brainstorming and coming up with ideas how to do stuff. It seemed like I like paused during a lot of it, but since today is like the first day of me like brainstorming and prototyping and actually like coming up with ideas, I wanted to spend the first day of like actually like figuring out ideas for like the story, like combat, and honestly we got it quite a bit. I got it where I can make an ability system, I got a spawn wave control system, and a lot more. But I'm gonna call it now. Thank you all for joining. Volplume, Owl, and Nev, thank you guys for chatting. You guys take care. I will be back later. Have a good day, and hopefully it's not near as hot where you guys are. Take it easy.